my preview of the 2019 N1 victory for Pro Wrestling Noah, their round robin tournament, formerly known as the Global League, as has been changed to the N1 victory. Obviously, kind of basing off of the G1, but that's fine though. Sure, it's a dumb fuck name, but these two blocks are stacked. The thing that I love about Pro Wrestling Noah the most right now is just how fucking stacked their main event scene is. They have so many great guys, young and old, and that are just killing it right now. And the greatest thing that they probably did was shortening the blocks, as each block's going to have 5 guys. And the winner is going to take on Kaito Kiyomiya for the GHC Heavyweight Championship in November in Sumo Hall, which that's going to be an awesome match. Whoever that may be, who wins it. And that's another thing, the champion not being in the round robin tournament, kind of showcasing his talents and kind of his things. Really, it came down to, I think, a good strategy for them not having him in the tournament, just because he's faced a good chunk of all these guys that are in the block already. Depending on which block he would have been on, like Naomichi Marufuji, Takashi Sugiura, and Masa Kitamiya, they've already faced him in a GHC Heavyweight Championship matchup so far. And as is, Keno was really the first challenger. And that was really the only guy over there in Block B. And Nakajima. Nakajima was the most recent. So, either way, you would have had kind of matches you really didn't need. So here you shorten the blocks, you take the champion out, and you really showcase your talent, and you showcase why Pro Wrestling Noah has something to bring to the table, and why they're so well respected even to this day, even though the name change, and the color change, the logo change, all the changes that are happening, and you still can showcase your talent here. As it's starting from August 18th, so pretty much in a couple of hours. It's probably going to get released around 7 p.m. Eastern Time. That's probably going to the show's probably going to start like 3 or 4 a.m. Now, the thing is, to see the show, there's going to be obviously like a week delay. So the thing with Noah is obviously they don't have like a streaming service. They have a somewhat of a TV deal, but not too much usually, just using Samurai TV and G+. And they have a YouTube channel, which you might see glimpses, you might see full matches of. They might even live stream a couple of shows, but they really haven't announced anything. They did their press conference that they're kind of before their round robin tournament, the N1 victory, where everybody gets to cut a little promo and kind of talk about who they want to face, who they're looking to see, and whatnot. And they really didn't talk about anything else. But there's going to be 3 shows that are going to be broadcasted onto a television service. As obviously the first show, which is going to be obviously August 18th. That's going to be aired on the 25th of August on Samurai TV at 10 p.m. Japanese Standard Time, which, if you're not someone from Japan and you want to see this, I'm sure someone will get a rip of that, or maybe even sooner than that. Someone will get that up, and you'll be able to see it sometime soon, as the 2 matches from that show have already been announced. Block B is going to be the first of the 2. There's going to be 2 block tournament matchups on each show. And it's the first match for the N1 victory is going to be Masaki Machizuki and Katsuhiko Nakajima. As what a fucking match this is going to be. Unbelievable. Masaki Machizuki is the fucking man from Dragon Gate. He is a killer at even at 49 years old. One of the best junior heavyweights in the world. He's the fucking man. And what a perfect guy to face. Him and Nakajima and him and Keno is going to be awesome. Definitely probably must-see matches, in my opinion at least, and that's going to be awesome stuff. And then on the Block A show, which probably be the main event, maybe not though, I would assume it's going to be the main event, is going to be Takashi Sugiura and Alexander Hammerstone from MLW. What an opportunity that young man has to take on Takashi Sugiura. And also, as obviously Sugiura is going to win that match, but now as we've talked about that first show, the blocks. Each guy's going to have 5 guys in each block. Block A is consisting of Naomichi Marufuji, Takashi Sugiura, Go Shizuki, Masa Kitamiya, Alexander Hammerstone from MLW, and then Block B, we have Nakajima, Shohei Taniguchi, Keno, Masaki Machizuki, El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr., obviously the son of Dr. Wagner Jr., and the third generation from, his grandfather, the original Dr. Wagner, and is the nephew of the late Great Silver King. So obviously wrestling in his blood, being from Mexico. As just a little showcase of each guy. Obviously, Naomichi Marufuji and Takashi Sugiura and Nagoshi Uzoki, guys you really, if you're new to Noah and you've never seen any Pro Wrestling Noah stuff, these three guys from Block A, definitely high class, world class level talents. Naomichi Marufuji and Takashi Sugiura, I mean, definitely in the top echelon of Japanese pro wrestling stars right now in the world of wrestling, and then probably of all really time really of Japanese pro wrestling. I mean, those two guys are just unbelievable. Go Shizuki, when he first started out, a lot of people gave him shit because he was really like the heir to the throne. Kenta Kobashi really loved him, thought it was awesome. And even like WWE gave him a tryout. They gave him a tryout in Takeshi Morishima in like 2008, 2009, around that time. And he was awesome. I always thought it was awesome. And people never really kind of gave him the respect. The crowd didn't really get to him. But now he's putting in his time. When kind of the shit at the fan of Noah, he left. Kind of did some freelance stuff. Was in the G1 a couple of times. I believe he participated in the Champion Carnival too, but he was kind of like a freelancer. He's back though. Once kind of Kiritawe, kind of everything. And once Jado and Geto left, kind of pretty much after that, when really New Japan kind of got away from Noah. That's what kind of when he came back. And Masaya, and he's the current GHC tag team champions with Nakajima as Axis. They've been quite the tag team. As it's Masaki Itamiya, who is the guy who's been pretty much on the rise as of late for Noah. Pretty much these last decade or so. Kind of him and Nakajima was kind of like the guys where everyone was kind of like, they're probably going to be the next kind of stars of Noah. And he's got a unique build, of course. Kind of that's the thing with Noah heavyweights. You either have the types like Naomichi Marufuji, Keno, Nakajima, and Kyoto Kiyomiya, who kind of the younger, not really younger, the smaller wrestlers, kind of more. They could wrestle as a junior because of how over they are and how awesome they are. They're put as a heavyweight. They actually have like actual heavyweights, guys like Takashi Sugiura, Go Shizuki, Masaki Itamiya, and just those brute guys that will just beat the fuck out of you. It's a nice blend of styles between the two. And he's got, Masaki Itamiya is going to be a guy. He obviously, with him and like Sugiura, Go Shizuki, and pretty much everyone, he's going to have, because in my opinion, I think Block A is the better block than Block B. I love Block A in general, love all the guys involved. Everybody could pretty much kick ass. And then you have the MLW invitee. MLW kind of announced their partnership and announced that two guys are going to be part of the in one victory, so they have one in each block, Alexander Hammerstone and El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr. As Alexander Hammerstone, what an opportunity he has as a youngish guy. He's probably been wrestling for about 7-8 years now. Made his debut in MLW this February of this year, so young-ish into the frame. He's already got one of their belts, like the open weight champion, I think, for MLW. And for him, obviously his matches, I think he's going to do well, obviously, with Marufuji and Sugiura and Go Shizuki, just because those guys are world-class athletes. And they can really help his style well and can really help him develop well just in those kind of short matches. Especially, I think probably his best match probably him and Sugiura, just because, they're going to beat the fuck out of each other. If they don't, he's going to get the fuck beat out of him. Because Sugiura's going to bring it, that's for sure. And that's a great opportunity for him. That's definitely... Look, I don't think there's going to be a huge... He's probably going to lose all of his matches, if I had to guess. I don't think he'd beat any of them. But that's just a huge stepping stone for him to get in the ring with some world-class talent, one-on-one like that. In my opinion, I think who's going to win Block A would probably be Go Shizuki. I think because he's... Out of the people who have challenged Kaito Kiyomiya so far... And just his pretty much year-long reign. He got the belt in December of last year. So now once he gets to the title match, that'll be November. So pretty much almost a year at that point. He's challenged, he's defended against Naomichi Marufuji, Takashi Sugiura, and Masaki Kitamiya, and Nakajima and Keno. So basically, out of those probably big name guys who just haven't faced him yet, Go Shizuki is definitely at the top of the list. If they want to throw a fucking shot out of left field and have Machizuki win, a fucking Dragon Gate guy winning the first ever N1 victory and taking on Kyoto Kiyomiya, which that match would be fucking awesome. That'd be an awesome match, and I would love to see that. Just, that's kind of crazy to think about. But for him, really, I think it's going to be Go Shizuki winning that. And then for Block B, you have Nakajima, you have Shohei Taniguchi, Keno, Masaki Machizuki, and El Hilo de Dr. Wagner Jr. Obviously, Dr. Wagner Jr. really, the son of Dr. Wagner Jr., rather, he is going to have, probably obviously his best matches are going to be against Keno, Machizuki, and Nakajima. That would probably be my guess for his best matches. Obviously, I think the best match out of the whole block for them would probably be Nakajima and Keno, or even Nakajima and Machizuki, which is happening on that first show. Just, Nakajima's the fucking man. I love the man to death. Keno's just on fire. He's been on fire pretty much since he's left Michinoku Pro and joined Noah. And even, Machizuki, still at 49 years old, could still fucking kill it. That's going to be an exciting block. With some, I think probably the worst guy on that block is probably Shohei Taniguchi. Just even though he's had somewhat of a good run in Noah these past year and a half or so, it's just nothing for me, really, to be honest. Compared to what there's in there in the ring right now, in this block with Nakajima, Keno, and Machizuki. And even the fucking son of Dr. Wagner Jr. Like, he's, even though really, leaving AAA and kind of being with MLW, really, hasn't really done a whole lot in the world of Lucha Libre. I think he hasn't really held any AAA belts, doesn't even hold any MLW belts. Still pretty young in his career, even though at 27, 28 years old. Pretty much been wrestling since really the turn of the decade, almost the turn of the decade, 2009. 10 years now. This is the perfect step for him to take a step forward and to face a lot of talented guys and talented younger guys that could probably work his style too. So that's a great opportunity for him. My opinion, I think who's going to win this block is Nakajima. I think Nakajima is going to have the most points and wins this block. So then they'll have the finals, and it'll be the champs, the tag champs, Go Shizuki and Nakajima. Just two guys, obviously awesome and great tag partners. But then you have, a little fun dynamic with the champions, the current tag champs, going at it in the finals. And I'm going to give the edge to Go Shizuki just because he hasn't faced Kyoto Kiyomiya yet. So there it is a great opportunity for them to have a fresh new matchup. I'm a big fan of fresh new matchups, especially with these round-robin tournaments. Why kind of do a month-long tournament and then just have another rematch for something down the line that you've already done, where you can have a fresh new match off of what has happened. And it'll be at Sumo Hall. I think the crowd, I would assume it close to a sellout at Sumo Hall. I don't think it's going to be a complete sellout, but it'd be pretty damn close. Maybe if they have some pretty big names on the card showing up, maybe something like Kobashi's there, something to get some people going to it. As, really though, Noah's kind of stepped away from using a lot of the legends of the past. But maybe that'd be the perfect time to do it, and bring them back to kind of bring them to the fold. As, there's going to be 2 Korakuen Hall shows. I know for sure one of them, pretty much the second to last show, the September 9th show, is going to be at Korakuen Hall. That's going to be aired on Samurai TV on the 15th on Samurai TV. And then the final show, which is going to be a big stadium show in Osaka, that's going to be on September 16th. That's going to be on G Plus on the 23rd of September at 4 p.m. Japanese Standard Time. As that's probably for fans who are maybe new into the pro wrestling scene here in this decade, and you're just kind of like, wow, why is Noah so kind of behind the ball scheduling wise? This is how it's always been for Noah. It's only been really this turn of the century with the development of live streaming and fucking everybody's having a network, and everything is so instant gratification in this era of just the world. Back in the fucking when I started watching the old man me, as back when even MLW was just first starting, like 2003, 2004 was kind of at the tail end. That is another thing too. MLW being a part of Noah, that's no surprise to me. The partnership, because Court Bauer was a huge fan of bringing in Japanese guys even back then in the initial MLW run. That's probably why he went out of business that first run. To be honest, a lot of people said it was sponsorships, and really, in my opinion, he just ran out of fucking money bringing on like Kojima and stuff during that time. And so that was really no surprise having MLW be partners with Noah. That's a good partnership for Noah as well to kind of get some fresh new gaijins into the mix. But for Noah, I think really the big thing is the use of their YouTube channel. If they do it, haven't really heard a lot of news as to if they're going to use it for the. I'm assuming they would. They've been pretty well with it. They've even live streamed a few shows from their YouTube channel. Wouldn't be surprised if they actually do. Maybe the first Cork and All show, they live stream it from their YouTube channel. But I wouldn't put it past them if they don't. But that's definitely the thing to look forward to the most, is just checking up. If you want to avoid spoilers, probably get away from people who watch Noah and are there at the show live, because obviously they'll spoil it for you. But there's going to be some awesome matches from this N1 victory. That is for sure. I mean, you got Marufuji Sugiura. There's always going to be a banger. Marufuji and Go Shizuki. Always going to be a banger. Sugiura and Go Shizuki. Always. Those guys have great matches together. That's going to be fucking awesome. To go to Block B, Nakajima and Keno. Awesome stuff. Nakajima, Machizuki. Awesome stuff. Keno and Machizuki. Awesome stuff. There's going to be some great fucking matches. Match of the Year candidates matches, I'm going to be honest, during this round robin tournament to look out for, because it's going to be fucking awesome. And that will do it for my preview of the Noah N1 Victory 2019. As what a round robin tournament it's going to be. I'm excited to see how it plays out, and I hope you guys are too. And I will catch you guys. Probably for the Destruction preview for New Japan. So that'll be next month. I got a lot of things in the can, though, projects-wise, that you've probably seen from me in the past, kind of the mini docu-series that I've done on the channel. Kind of showcasing, like, Los Gringos Locos and Atsushi Onita and stuff. But I have a bigger project in mind that I've been working on since March of this year. So it's almost, damn near 5-6 months in the making. And it's probably not going to get done till, probably around September, maybe even October. But it's going to be a hell of a project. I would even say it's a mini docu-series. It's going to be a full-on documentary at this point. Excited to see how it turns out and plays out, but it's still a work in progress, so I don't want to talk about it anymore. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you've even learned something about Pro Wrestling Noah if you haven't already. Because Noah's, the change of the guard, the changing of the colors, but there's a lot of great talent there. And there's some awesome talent, awesome matches throughout Pro Wrestling Noah's history, even in this recent history of the past couple of years. Awesome talent. As I will catch you guys later. Take care, everyone.